Okay, so we're 23 years old, and we move 1,000 miles away from our family. But we still wanted to stay in touch with the people who were important to us. And back then, there was no such thing as the internet. There was no email, no Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or YouTube. There was just this thing called the telephone that was connected by a wire to the wall. And long-distance calls were really expensive. The whole thing's pretty hard to imagine now, isn't it? So we decided in our first year here to make a Christmas card that would communicate in some kind of artistic, fun way all the things that had been going on in our life. So this was our first one and our second one sitting there. And this is old school production. Everything is physically cut and pasted up on a board, and then we went to Kinko's and we would copy it on groovy blue paper. I mean, I didn't get a computer until 1993, which is also really hard to imagine. But we got to the point where we were mailing out over 200 of those Christmas cards every year. And along with like the updates of what had been going on over the last year, we always tried to include some kind of gospel message, something encouraging or thought-provoking, something that pointed to Jesus. So we saw our Christmas card kind of as a type of ministry in a way. Now, it's a lot easier to stay in touch these days. We all know that. But for most of us, I think it's hard to slow down and to focus and to actually take the time to write something that's meaningful to the people who are important to us. Seems like we have this vague notion that everyone should already know everything that's going on in our life because they probably saw it on Facebook or something. So Kim and I, we got a lot of positive feedback on those strange Christmas cards. But I don't think everybody knew what to do with them. Because everyone else sends out these bright, colorful cards with enthusiastic greetings like Merry Christmas, joy to the world, may your season be filled with happiness and cheer. And then Kim and I would send them this cold blue card with black printing saying something like, life might be terrible, but God has his reasons. Here's a whimsical card to let you know we're not dead. So for years we made enough cards so that Kim could give them to all of her fellow teachers at Aldine High School, which always led to some interesting conversations over the next weeks and months, because it made people see her in a different light. They had a hard time reconciling my sweet wife with this strange, thought-provoking blue card. So it really did give her a platform for ministry at the school. Christmas is the most culturally accepted time of the year to make a special effort to send greetings to the people who are important to us. We really shouldn't waste that opportunity. I think it's perfectly fine to write like a Christmas letter, make copies of it, fold it up and send it to everyone you care about, or email it to them. Although we all know how likely it's going to be that most people will take the time to read it very carefully. I think it's nice to buy some pretty, colorful Christmas cards, sign them, send them in the mail to your family and your friends. But it seems like less people actually send Christmas cards every year. You know what I think would be truly wonderful, though? What if you got a box of Christmas cards and you sat down and you wrote a personal note of encouragement to the people who have meant something to you over the last year? What if you looked around our church, thought about the people here, and wrote out a card for the people you appreciate being part of your spiritual family every week? I would love to see that. Just everybody, all of you, just write a bunch of them. Hand them out next Sunday on Christmas Eve. Maybe write a prayer. Maybe just say what you love about them. Because everyone needs love. Everyone needs encouragement. Everyone here is going through stuff. Everyone needs to be directed to God's grace and reminded of God's goodness. Everyone here. Because there's always stuff going on. Especially at this time of year. We need to be reassured that all the trouble in this world is only temporary. As followers of Jesus, we have hope that's based on God loving us so much that Christmas happened in the first place. So we need to help each other remember the hope that was wrapped up in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. We need to remind each other that our hope is based on his life, his death, his resurrection, that we'll live wisely among those who are not yet believers and make the most out of every opportunity we get in this holiday season. Let our conversations be gracious and attractive, seasoned with salt and cinnamon and sugar and peppermint. So we'll have the right response for everyone. In other words, guys, I pray that we don't waste our Christmas.